Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of JavaLavaCraft, and it is time to finally get some resources that we promised we were going to gather in the last episode, but we didn't get to it. So we're going to be spending some time in the Nether, and we're going to go ahead and start with a little bit of TNT mining, just to, get some blackstone and maybe some netherite. That'd be cool. We're running a little low on netherite, so we could definitely use some more of that. Got a lot to do, so let's hop right into it. Thanks to the creeper farms that we expanded in the last episode, we now have so much gunpowder, and we're going to put it to good use, because like I said, we're going to be doing some TNT mining. We have an entire shulker box full of TNT to do so with. I think we also have one in our ender chest as well, so that's a lot of TNT, and you know what? It barely put a dent in our gunpowder. We haven't even AFK'd here, just working on some random stuff and bits and bobs and some redstone and stuff like that. We have got all of these chests full of gunpowder. It is a wonderful thing. We have a couple stacks in here, and obviously we made an entire shulker box full of TNT. So that means we already had quite a bit of gunpowder. So now that we have a more reliable source of gunpowder, I don't feel so bad turning it all into TNT and blowing up all the netherrack in the nether. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. And welcome back. 2 minutes into our episode, and we are 55 ancient debris richer. That's right. That wasn't too big of a mining session. Yeah, we got 55 ancient debris, so that's pretty cool. I know, we should have just gone for a stack, right? You might notice it's looking strangely bright here in the Nether today, and that's because we're going to be working in a very dark part of the Nether, and we need a little bit of help as far as visual aid goes, because we're going to be building a platform at a Nether fortress, and Nether fortresses are very, very dark. I highly recommend some potions of night vision. In our inventory, we got a bunch of nether bricks, a bunch of lanterns, some potions of night vision, and 64 kelp. We don't really need 64 kelp. I have a pretty good idea of where the nether fortress we're going to be using is. As you can see, it's a lot easier to view the nether and the nether fortresses with this night vision potion, so that's why we're going to be using that today, and it looks like this is the spot we're going to choose. So not too bad. There's like 3 crossroads in this area, and that's kind of where you want to build your farms, because you can see there's already some wither skeletons spawning. So right there, and I think there's another one right around the corner. So this is probably going to be a pretty good spot. So I think we're going to stick with this spot. We're going to go ahead and get started with building up our wither skeleton spawning platform. And there's already a lot of them spawning. That's pretty cool, but it's not enough. Well, that didn't go well. Anyways, we pretty much finished up a little platform. As you can see, the mayhem unfolding behind me. Well, it's pretty much working. It's not amazing, but it's gonna get the job done. So, basically all we did was go ahead and fill in the spaces of just empty air. We almost died again. As I was saying, we filled in a platform around some of the crossroads and just made a flat area where lots of mobs can spawn. Unfortunately, we don't have any wither skeletons spawning this round, but that's okay because the idea behind this is we basically fly away and come back and new mobs will spawn. These guys will all despawn, and we're gonna go ahead and do that now because it's getting crazy. It's gonna take up a lot of rockets, but you know what? We got plenty of gunpowder and arrows in our face. It's not gonna be the most efficient way to do this, obviously. It's not an actual farm, it's just kind of a quick and dirty farm, just so we can get a couple skulls. Eventually we'll have to come and make a real deal wither skeleton farm, but that is not what we're going to be doing today. We just need to get ourselves about, I would like to get between 5 and 8 beacons, so that's a lot of wither skeletons, so I guess we should go ahead and get started with that. Welcome back to the overworld where it's nice and sunny, and boy did we sure need some sunlight after all of that wither skeleton fighting. And as you can see, we are wearing the trophy of our victory on our head. It was very successful. Well, kind of successful. We died 3 times. Pretty crazy, right? You know, that just happens sometimes. There we go, much better. I can breathe now. Whew, that skull is hot. Alright, so let's check the spoils. So, once we add the helmet we were just wearing back into the wither skeleton skull pile, we got 24 wither skulls. That's right, we got enough for all 8 beacons, and that's what we were hoping for. But you guys only saw a fraction of the amount of fighting I actually had to do. It took a lot longer than it should have. In fact, I've probably only killed just a handful of wither skeletons before this little venture, so let's go ahead and check in and see how many wither skeletons we have killed so far in this world. Well, we have killed 486 wither skeletons, and they've killed us 3 times, so that was probably all today, unfortunately. I don't think that is very good. And we got killed 8 times by a zombie. That's definitely not good. However, we have the skulls. We're going to put them to good use today, and I guess we're going to have to get this number a little higher in the future. That was not efficient. It takes too long. I don't necessarily recommend that for long-term wither skeleton gathering. Hopefully, our next project should make things a whole lot easier. So we're going to be heading over to an area that we haven't been to in a while, and you might not actually guess where we're going because at first it doesn't seem like the two really go hand in hand. You know, I really like the way our world is starting to come together. I know that we don't come over here a lot anymore. We got to finish this project up. But I really like this first place we worked on. It's very fun to look at. Yep, so this is where we're going to be collecting some resources you might not have expected. It's this right here, some eggs. We got one, but now we have none. We need a lot more. Let's see, we got a bunch of chickens in here. Yep, that looks good, so maybe we could get a few more in there, just throw some eggs. They'll probably start dying from entity cramming, but we're not really trying to get chickens, we're trying to get their eggs. So I guess we're gonna have to use this area again. It has been quite a while, so I guess it won't be that bad. Let's hang out here and just stand here, I guess. You know what? Thinking back, I actually made this area a little bit more AFK friendly. We can go down this alley right over here, and you might already know what I'm going to do if you see what's in my hand. We're going to go to our little fishing dock and do some fishing while our noisy chickens over there start laying some eggs for us. I don't know if you guys remember, but we created this basically line of hoppers that goes to our little original starter base, and it just kind of filters in all the stuff we get from fishing so that we don't have to worry about our inventory filling up. Now, I know what you're thinking, fishing is really only for early game, and we're not really in the early game anymore. You know what? There are a few items that we can still find very good uses for, and mostly the Nautilus shells. We need some more Nautilus shells so that we can eventually do some underwater work and maybe make that underwater hub or base or whatever eventually. Don't really know yet. They are rare. We don't have that many. We only have one conduit, and I think maybe like 1 or 2 additional Nautilus shells. So while we're waiting on those chickens to lay their eggs, we're gonna do some hardcore fishing. Okay, so it turns out fishing is pretty boring, but that's fine. We got like 3 Nautilus shells, so now we have 5, I think? 5? Anyways, the chickens were taking way too long to lay eggs, so we decided to increase our egg production by quite a bit. I know it's a little noisy, I just bred them up, but we just come up here and just keep breeding them until they start to lag our world out. It's already making some like weird noises. Basically, they just lay eggs on top of these hoppers, and they're fed into the same hopper chain that leads into this chest. We just cleared it out, but the eggs are flowing in, so that's good. It's definitely more efficient than this little thing right here, because this one was really not producing eggs very fast. Unfortunately, we did have to repurpose a few stacks of eggs to get that one jump started, so we're only up to like 2 shulker boxes full of eggs. Unfortunately, they only stack to 16, so that's annoying. I guess I will be back with you guys when we fill up all these chests. And I don't know if I'm going to do any more fishing. I might just AFK and wait for these chickens, because fishing is super boring. Alright, so we did it. We AFK'd for a little while, and we filled up all of these shulker boxes. And yeah, we filled up a few more than the ones we had previously. We ended up going to get 10 more, so that is right, 15 full shulker boxes full of eggs. And I realize I didn't even tell you guys why we needed the eggs. I know, it's kind of a weird combination. Egg collection, Wither Skull collection in the same episode, but why? Well, I'm about to show you guys right now, and you may have already figured it out if you've ever done anything like this, but I have not. This is going to be my very first time. We are going to go ahead and try and get some Wither Roses. That's right. We're going to collect up a bunch of Wither Roses, because that Wither skeleton hunting process was was a lot. It was a lot of work, and I don't want to have to do that again because we need lots and lots of beacons for our world, and we're going to need a lot more in the future here. So if you haven't figured out how we're going to do that, right here we got all the supplies we're going to need. Yeah, some splash potions of poison, all of our wither skeleton skulls, and our soul soil. What we're going to do is we are going to spawn the wither down here, right underneath the bedrock platform to the return portal. We're going to put this guy on his side, and we are going to add the skulls on top like you normally would. The only thing you got to do is make sure there's a 2-block gap in between yourself and the bedrock, and this tail end should be right here on 0, 0. So as long as this is on 0, 0, we should be good. Well, it looks like it is, so I guess it is time to go ahead and give this a go. I've never done it, so we are fully armored. I really hope he doesn't escape. Well, that was a lot of fun, and we ended up with plenty of resources this episode. As promised, we have gotten a bunch of really cool stuff. So we have collected all of our beacons, our wither roses, and we got a bunch of ancient debris. So we are ready to start some really cool projects, and I'm excited to get to those in a future episode. We just have one more quick thing to do. Oh, by the way, we also got some nautilus shells this episode, so very, very successful episode. So our very last task for the day actually brings us back into the Nether. It has been a crazy episode. We've been in the overworld, the Nether, the end, and now we need to go to a 4th place. That's right, we need to go to a new dimension. Well, not really a new dimension, but where we need to go is up there. Yep, the ceiling. So we're going to go ahead and dig a little bit of a tunnel to the ceiling. Okay, now that we have an access point to the nether ceiling, we need to go ahead and try and get onto the roof of the nether. Yeah, that's right. If you didn't know, you can actually get onto the roof of the nether, and we're going to go ahead and attempt it for the very first time. That's right. Again, something I have never done before, so that's why I'm not wearing any armor, because I don't want to lose it all. The only thing we're taking up to the roof with us is an ender chest with some supplies and a bunch of ender pearls and some food just in case. So we're gonna go find a suitable spot, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think we found a good spot. I'm pretty sure there is only one level of oh dang it, there's only one level of bedrock between us and the vast emptiness of the nether roof. So this is gonna hurt, but I think we just have to throw some ender pearls like either directly at the wall or in this corner here. So let's give it a go. Ooh, that hurt a lot. And we're gonna die. Well, that maybe didn't go so well. And why are there so many chickens over here? That's weird. Okay, well, we're gonna try again until we get up there. And we finally made it. That took longer than I'm willing to admit. But here we are in this strange landscape. Well, it's not really a landscape, it's just bedrock and an ugly red sky. Yep, this is the nether roof. If you've never been on top of it, it's a little weird. This is my first time being on top of it. Obviously, we've set up a little bit of a return area so we can get back home. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do up here, actually. I mean, obviously you could just build things up here, but we're probably going to be putting a farm or two up here. It's just a good spot to make them so that we don't have to clear out massive areas in the nether, because that's not fun and it's not easy. And pop through this portal right over here, we should end up in somewhere a little bit more familiar. That's right, we are going to end up... Gonna load it in just a bit. Right over our mega farm. Alright. Yep. So, that's pretty much how it goes. So you throw some ender pearls through the bedrock, you get up there, you make a nether portal. It's got to be 128 blocks high if it's above existing nether portal, which is what we did. And yeah, anyways, we're now in the new dimension, the nether roof, so that's cool. It's not really a dimension, it's more just a roof. Anyways, that's going to be all we have time for today, guys. I appreciate you guys coming with me on this journey, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're excited for even more content from the JavaLavaCraft world, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That's all for me, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.